And we are live, everyone. Let's begin. When last we left our investigators, as they once were, you found yourself within the desolate desert known as the Badlands. Exiled from that civilization which you knew, the Virgin Empire, you found yourselves abandoned within desert wastes, told to flee the barrier of the Empire, which threatened to attack you if you remained there. After wandering the wastes for a day and staying for a night, you made encounter with a group of other exiles within these Badlands. Their leader, Raston Moorbrook, offered you shelter at their Exile commune within the desert. Generally, well treated, besides perhaps by the somewhat tyrannical Dragonborn who commands this commune, a man named Vadek, one whom Raston, your new ally, seeks to challenge this morning for the position of command of these exiles. Because Raston has an ambitious plan. He seeks to unite these exiles and the spread tribes of the Badlands to breach the Virgin defenses, take control of the northernmost province of the Cadlian Empire, and establish a land where perhaps still those who do not wish to live in the Empire may be, but where they are no longer forced to suffer through existence in a desert. So, we come now to all of you here within the Exile commune on the next morning after we left off, as Raston prepares to challenge Vadek for control over this place. You all have done certain things to prepare for this moment. Would you like to individually share those things? Victor, why don't you start us off?
Okay. So, Lucy understood that the plan was going to be that Lucy was going to talk to the potion maker during the evening/night and persuade them that due to certain evidence, it would be beneficial for them to back up our side in the duel. And if Lucy was able to convince them that it was in their best interest to do that, try to get the potion maker to create poison that was red colored to make it look like they were health potions. And if successful in that, or rather, whether or not that goes well, Lucy would, in the early morning, invisibly sneak into the tent of the Dragonborn from the open flap that Guile created, and switch the poison with the health potions that were there. And I believe Guile may or may not have stolen a suit of armor, in which case Lucy would maintain a minor illusion of the suit of armor so that the Dragonborn wouldn't be aware that something was amiss first thing in the morning.
Fantastic. The only question I have for you, Lucy, is what methods of persuasion is Lucy willing or choosing to engage in to convince the alchemist of this plan?
Probably physical and mental.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We'll leave that as it is, and leave open for interpretation what exactly that means.
Right.
John, Gael, as Victor alluded to, had the idea of stealing the armor. Is that all that he cares to do? Is there anything else? And does he want to follow through with that?
Yeah, Gael's pretty happy with what he did. He like poked the holes. He communicated to Lucy about the plans, and I mean, all he's waiting for is the moment that he is going to give Lars stolen property and try to convince him that it's not stolen property.
Speak of the devil, the law-abiding in a lawless land, Lars, how will he prepare for this battle?
So Lars will prepare for this battle through less deceptive means, although still somewhat deceptive. First thing in the morning, Lars will go ahead and cast Aid upon our hero. And then right before the battle starts, Lars will go ahead and bless him. But obviously, since that spell doesn't last for nearly as long, it'll just be reserved for right before the fight starts.
Okay. Fantastic. In which case, I believe that all is set for the duel. And so, Rastin will step forwards towards the tent and hold up a short blade, a metal sword, rare in this space, and call out, "Baddock, your cruel rule of this place must come to an end. I challenge you to a duel. Face me, or be seen as a coward by all of those who have followed you." The Dragonborn reveals himself, stepping out from his tent, snarling in the direction of Human Man and all of the onlookers. Says, "Rastin, I never thought it'd come to this. Of course I accept. Bring me my armor." There's a momentary pause, and then he says, "My armor!" He's already holding his great axe in his hand. One of the women who served him comes out and says, "Sir, your armor's intangible." "What? Don't. Fine. I'll do without it." Ugly! The elven man whom you, Lucy, had interacted with comes forward, says, "My potions, please." And he takes a small belt as Hogley gives a wink in your direction, Lucy. Bless has been cast, which will modify a d4. Tevis, I'll have you roll those d4s for the attacks of Rastin.
Yes, I can do that.
In which case, I am going to roll initiative for these two combatants.
That's what we love to see.
Rastin acting first on an 18. Rastin draws his scimitar. Now, I believe that there was no interaction with poison other than to poison Baddock. Okay, so I'm gonna clean this up. And he's going to rush forward and make 2 attacks with his scimitar. 9. It's a 12. And Vadek does not have his armor, so his armor class is only 11, which means with aid, or with guidance, because aid is +5, No.
Bless.
What was that?
Bless.
Yep,
My
bless.
guidance.
With bless, those attacks are both hits, dealing 13 points of damage. Vadik is gonna roar with frustration, say, "You insolent man! Do you not know all that I provided for you?" And he's going to swing out his great axe. First attack being an 11, which will not hit. And then the second one being a 14, which Rastin will parry as well. All right, these rolls are good to start off. As the fight continues, are the three of you only onlooking, or are there any shenanigans that you're trying? I know you caster types like to do that sometimes during these challenges.
I think for now,
Yeah, we're gonna wait it out.
yeah, I think for now we're gonna wait it out.
Yeah.
In that case, let me amplify our perspective. The duel will continue. Rastin will attack again. 2 simple swings here. 1, 2. That's an 18 for, of course, 4 hit for 4. And the 10 is good enough. Rastin at this point is taking a commanding lead in the duel. At which point, Vadik is going to roar with frustration, saying, "Enough! This is foolhardishness! I will take you!" And he is going to recklessly attack with his great axe, which will definitely hit for 23 points off of our guy here. And then he's going to reach for a healing potion as he's taking some damage. And as he chugs that, I need him to make a Constitution saving throw, which he's going to succeed. So he's going to take half. He's going to take 22 points of poison damage.
Jesus Christ.
Making him healthily bloodied. And as he says this, he'll spat out, which brings us to Rastin's turn, who now has advantage on his attacks because of the reckless attacks of Vadik, which will give Rastin, who will hit even with a 10 again, give him the ability to include his sneak attack damage for 20 points. Right. Vadik's up. He's gonna rip off his potion belt, looking with fury towards his alchemist. Says, "Ugly! What have you done?" And then he looks in frustration towards Rastin, seeing how the human man is not at all bloodied, and turns towards Hogley and lifts his great axe above his head and recklessly throws it overhead towards the elf. Which is going to hit him, but a glancing blow.
Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to do that.
Thoughts detected. And after hurling that, did you want to do this, John?
No, I wanted to help. I wanted to do a silvery bards.
Okay, so you're going to force a reroll on the attack. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
D20. A 9. He's at advantage, so that 15 is still going to come into play. So he's still going to hit, unfortunately, but a glance of magic will say helps soften the blow as the great axe flies towards his head. Yep, Victor?
Quick question. So, for the silvery barbs, does that wouldn't you say that it is after the result is said, then you re-roll that one die, which means the advantage was already done by the time silvery barbs occurred?
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that argument. I think that's legitimate. Fantastic. With a flash of his hands, silvery light erupts from Gael's magical force, exuding itself in front of Hogley, deflecting the great axe entirely. No damage is taken. And as Vadik roars in frustration. He says, "Fine, I yield to you." And Rastin says, "I did not offer you the chance to yield."
Whoa.
And he is going to stab the
That's
Dragonborn
right.
through the neck with his scimitar. Will cause him to collapse to the ground, dead. We're out of a combat. And our opening encounter is complete. This time, Rastin now turns towards all of you, stepping forward, saying out to you, "This man was a plague, a terror upon what this community could be. I promise to you all to make a better one, to grant us a home worth living in. I will lead us back to the fertile lands of Cadlia, and I would ask that you all follow me, even those of you who followed Vatic." At this time, you hear a message enter your mind, Gael. It says, "Beside the tent where he rested, find me." And several seconds later, Lucy, you receive the same message.
Okay. Several seconds later.
Yeah. Do I
So I guess,
recognize
Lucy,
the voice?
you just see me make a face, and then you're like, here, and then we're like, me? Duh. Well, whose tent? Who's sleeping in what tent?
I'm assuming the
My only
Dragonborn's
clarification.
tent?
It's what I assumed, but I just wanted to like slightly confirm.
Yeah.
You don't
It'd
know.
be funny if we think. Yeah, it's funny if we think it's the Dragonborn's tent, and it's like someone completely different, and we're just completely lost for a while.
The leadership of this settlement is now conferring around their fire. Lars, you stand over this victory, though you do see Arav approaching you. As Lucy and Gael, you may seek to find the sender of that message in this time.
Yeah, sounds cool.
I will go ahead and turn to Arav and acknowledge him and see if he has anything to ask me.
He will say, "Lars, is it? Yes?
Yes.
Thank you. Takes me several times to get a name to stick.
Oh, that's okay.
I have been speaking with the people of this commune. All of them have terrible stories of how the Empire has mistreated them, and a surprising number of them I believe to be true. There are criminals here. There are people who have been taken advantage of as well. I have asked them as well their thoughts on this Rastin, and I do believe his reputation precedes him well. He is well liked here. I felt this information would be prudent to take time to acquire for us.
Oh well, thank you for your investigation. I'm glad we didn't. Our backing of usurper wasn't entirely in vain.
Yes, I'm glad to see that our little unit here still has one good investigator.
Oh well, yeah, you're right. I am pretty good, thanks.
And he gives you a
Well,
pat on the arm. He's not as tall as you, so he's kind of reaching up a bit. Dude.
Gael sneezes and he's like, someone talking about me.
So, for the others of you, you have found your way to the primary tent, around which you can overhear the conversations that are being had. There is essentially a peacemaking occurring between Rastin and the orcish woman whom had followed Vadek, Lorca. As this is happening, you, Gael, from your angle, perceive a hooded and cloaked man begins to approach, making his way around towards you.
Lucy.
He steps to here. And as he ensures that he is himself concealed around the corner of this tent, says, I had meant the tent where the usurper had rested, but this will do fine. Says, greetings. We have been made known of your presence, users of the forces of magic. I speak for the remnants of the Exaris, and I invite you to visit us, our refuge. What say you?
Lucy is going to take a moment to kind of take in this person. Just kind of try to get a feel for them visually. And will ask,
I'm just gonna off the bat be like, Lucy, we're having a private conversation through our brains. Just FYI.
yes.
But you do your thing.
Yeah. Lucy's gonna ask, how did you know we were here?
We know the workings of magic in this desert. We understood of your arrival.
Okay. And is there some type of incentive for us joining your little commune? Is, as you can see, we just kind of made a pretty good situation for ourselves here. Why, and of Moshe's to Gael and themselves, and as two people of magic, we could probably do pretty well. So what's the actual deal?
What's
What are
the
you
goal? What's the
proposing?
incentive?
Shelter from the desert winds, a soft bed to sleep on, a library of knowledge of the arcane. This is where it begins. Do you like what you hear?
A soft
To
bed
Lucy
com-
only. Does this mean we only choose one side?
Can you elaborate?
Like, can we support this group and that group and not necessarily be affiliated to either? Like, is this like a either or situation?
I mean, if we play our cards right, we can make any situation what we want it.
True. I'm really bad at investigating, but I'm really good at persuading. I was looking at my abilities, and I was like, I'm really bad at finding out what someone wants,
Right.
or
I
figuring
find
out what's going on.
So fantastic that of our original 4 investigators, the one of us who had to depart being a regular was the investigator.
was
Yeah.
the only, yeah. What's the only good investigator? Yeah, it's.
But now we're in the desert. Now it's okay.
Hey. So to Guile, mentally, Lucy would say, I think what we can do is let's agree, and we could try same thing that we did here. We can try to do with them, where when
Another coup?
not necessarily
I love
another
coups.
coup,
Chaos.
but yes, chaos. But we can try to work from the inside to get them to side with Bodek for his rebellion.
It is not unsmart
Fantastic.
to go figure out what the dealio is in there.
Fantastic, yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Valid.
The man will kind of hold up a hand and say, "Pardon if I interrupt." As you've been standing, staring at one another, speaking nothing. And he'll say,
Fair.
Cal's
Absolutely
not
fair.
looking at Lucy. He's just like looking into space.
Yeah.
Into the horizon, just like completely spaced out.
Because that's so much less subtle.
Right, yeah.
He will say, there is another that arrived with you as well. One of considerably less magical potential. But if it would make a difference, we may allow him to visit along with you for this time.
That does sound a lot better for me.
As much as I like to remove personal choice from a situation, then I feel like we would have to consult.
He will say, consult if you wish. I will be on the rubble road shortly east of this place for the next 3 hours. Meet me in that time, and I might complete this offer. At which point,
Okay.
he will weave magic through his hands of an invisibility spell and vanish from your sight.
I look for footprints as he
You can
walks
see
away.
footprint. As he methodically leaves in space.
Just walks in a straight line. Okay.
That was hilarious.
Okay. Then looks over at Guile and says, okay, well, this seems like a really interesting opportunity. I am inclined to at least agree on a visit. Maybe not swear allegiance, but it's a visit.
Yeah. Visit never hurt anyone.
Yeah.
We can both shapeshift. Lars will figure it out.
Well, Lars, we can talk to Lars, and he might agree to come with us. So if he agrees to come with us, then we could figure something out.
Lars, Arav has gestured you over in the direction of this tent, and has now positioned himself at the corner of it, just kind of quietly peeking around with his ear, overhearing this, any conversation that has been happening. So.
I mean, mentally, but like...
Oh, no, yeah. Not the mental
out.
stuff, obviously.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm gonna just, wander.
Yeah.
We're just gonna kind of walk around.
I love how we're like the
we're
least
just gonna...
suspicious group.
Right.
So
Everyone behind the tent.
So not suspicious. We're not really doing anything suspicious. I'm just
Lars is trying so hard. I appreciate it. And without the clunky armor, I'm sure he's succeeding so much more.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So, Lars enters scene.
Yeah.
Converse as you will.
From sage meandering.
As you
Okay, so
go ahead.
yeah, so I guess I will come up to Lars. And in coming up to Lars, so I just see Arav there.
Yes. He's like, once you're within this level of range, he's making no attempt to conceal himself. He's the kind of rogue that hides by standing still, and it works.
Somehow. Okay.
He knows blind spots, and he knows where people are not focusing.
Yeah.
But now he's fully willing to be seen. He kind of nods as you approach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we were just contacted by the Evil Wizard Society X Nation people. They want us to join them within the next 3 hours. So not a lot of time. And they did offer an extension to you, Lars, to join us. So
Well, I'm a little. I thought I'm a magic user too.
well, you're how do I put it?
Like a boring magic user.
Well, not like a boring magic user, but like you're more like you're just much more interesting when you decide to like use your muscles. Like it's just so much more satisfying watching you work when you like throw your hammer around. Like it's but yeah, you do have magic, and they did say that you could come with us, which I think would be a great idea if we do decide to go. With that being said, I think it is a good idea if we go.
I thought we were also supposed to take Rastin with us.
So
Side note,
that's
while this is happening, Guile's gonna like pop his head through the hole he made before, and he's like checking if there were any potions left behind, and he's like, just gonna grab those if there's anything.
You can see at this point the two women who had kind of been servants to Vadek are, in a sense, sort of cleaning up the place, and they've got 2 big sacks, and they're throwing everything into those sacks.
as they should, honestly.
You can see them kind of nod to one another as they're getting close to being finished and making their way towards the exits.
Should I be mean and intimidate them and make them run away? Or should I not?
I mean, chaos.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Can I make my voice sound like the guy that just died's voice, and then just like yell really loudly?
Make a performance check along with that intimidation check.
Where's performance? Ooh.
Here we go.
Oh no.
So you try, and it's surprising to them. They give a but after the attempt of imitation, which comes out like you have a dead rat in your throat, they just kind of give you a disgusted face and grab a couple more things and exit.
Well,
Kyle just like shoves his head back out. He's like, yeah, that was worth the try. Anyhow, what's going on?
all right. So, what was it, Lucy? Yeah. I think it's a good idea that we do go, because this might be a great opportunity for us to be able to get good with this group, figure out who their leaders are, and we can work from the inside so to have them agree to the whole rebellion thing. And who knows, we might get something good out of it.
Adav will comment from around the corner and say, "Do you think you want to inform Mr. Mordbrook, of your plans before you depart?
So that's the thing. Do we want to support this rebellion thing, or do we want to just sleep in really comfy beds out in the wastelands, Badlands,
Oh, I
forever?
want to get back. I don't want to sleep out here.
Okay, so that's a rebellion. That's a yes for rebellion. Arav, yes for rebellion.
He says, the tides of fate seem to be flowing in that direction.
Okay, 2 for rebellion. Kyle, rebellion.
I don't see rebellion and beds as mutually exclusive just yet.
Okay, sounds like we're going for rebellion. So yes, let's go tell him about the opportunity, and let him know to keep it hush hush, and then we'll just pop over to, what did he say? The rebel, not rebel, rubble. The rubble path just east of here.
That's
Yes. Yes. And we could probably just follow his footsteps. He was invisible, but he walked. So
right. Indeed. All right.
yeah. So actually, Arav, if you would be so kind as to let him know, and we could just head out now.
I would be happy to.
Thank you, Arav. Yeah. Oh, and let him and tell him to kind of keep it hush hush.
Noted. All right, then. If you are all ready to depart, why don't you head out of camp eastways?
Yeah.
Couple of notes of equipment. Lars. Yeah, go ahead. Go.
I was just gonna say, like, I don't know if Gael like hid the armor somewhere around, so I don't know if he wanted to move it, like, if he wanted the opportunity to move it towards like the path that they were going to be following, so he could be very like, oh no, look on what I tripped, an armor. Lars, could this possibly work for you?
Yeah. So absolutely. So Lars, if you would like to take Vadic's armor for yourself, you can.
Okay.
And that will be.
What kind of armor is that?
Let me just take a quick look here at Lars Larson. So that is, ooh, yeah. So this is gonna be a splint mail armor set. And
You can be clunky again.
Yay!
And additionally, there is the oar, the steering oar. Is that something you want to stash away? You want to carry? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'll just carry that.
Okay, so you'll be carrying that. Why don't we say that for the time being, that will act as a.
Although I do already have my like great club from the bone.
Okay, yeah. So why don't we up that to a D10 on that and say now that you're using your steering oar as a great club.
Sounds good.
Bonk.
That's such a weird image.
If the need arises. So, why don't you head out to the east?
Yeah, I was gonna ask about a shield, but carrying around this massive ass sword, I don't think that'll be a remote option. So we're just gonna head on out.
Running down the dune. That is. You will find yourselves here, following a simple path. Past several cacti, you will see the hooded man, who looks towards you as you approach. Raises a hand in greeting. Says, I see you have come. I'm glad of it.
Yep. Yes, and we brought Lars. It was Lars that you said we could bring, right? It wasn't Adolf.
That is correct.
Okay, just want to make sure. We got the tent wrong, so just, double checking.
Nods.
Can't trust him anymore. We are very bad. Like,
Lars doesn't say anything but looks hurt. But
Aw.
or like me like kind of like, what the fuck, guys? Like, I can do magic.
All right. He will say, "Allow me to introduce myself as Avar. Now, step after me, if you would." He now places a blade across the palm of his hand, strikes it, shakes the blood off the blade and sheaths it. He now takes his bleeding palm, pressing it against the sand, and creating a great oval in front of him, almost as tall as he is if he were laying down. And as the blood seeps into the ground, the energy of magic begins to stir within it, creating an aesthetic of yellow light, which now emanates from the sand as the sand begins to cave away into what appears to be a rift. He says, "You're going to want to make sure to enter face first." And you watch as the man falls just like a plank, his head descending towards the ground as he enters this seeming rift in space.
Oh, Gael, I think you should test the face first thing.
Oh, 100%. This sounds fun. Bye, guys.
Are you gonna go in
actually
feet
gonna
first?
woo.
You're gonna dive? Okay.
Yeah, I think a little dive is appropriate.
So Gael
Oh, I
dives
was hoping she would go feet first. See what happens.
Yeah, after this, Lucy's gonna look at Lars, just like, "See you on the other side." Gives a little wink and then like backflips into into the thing.
And I'll get down on my like.
Can we get an
hands and knees.
acrobatics check on that?
Yes. Roll it.
Oh yeah, see if you over rotate and go in feet first.
Oh no. Acrobatics. Oh please, no, please. Oh yes.
Oh,
Oh,
wow, okay.
Held
Oh,
it.
yeah. Damn it.
Oh.
I'm gonna like get on like my hands and knees and like just kind of like poke my head in.
Okay. And that's where we will transition to where you have now arrived, first Gael. Now this rift of energy, which you move through, you are diving into this ground, but then suddenly your face, as the yellow energy fades away, it's like you're diving up into the air with all of the momentum of gravity which was carrying you. But now you're looking at a chandelier which hangs on a ceiling above you. And with your momentum, you kind of shift forwards and then set your feet down upon solid stone ground.
Ta-da.
Shortly after, Lucy, you come in a similar manner, head first out, still in rotation a bit. You may need to take Gael's hand to prevent yourself from falling back through this portal, but can nonetheless exit. And then Lars, you dip your head in to now feel your body being pulled by gravity in two directions, as the floor here is the floor there, and your body is now halfway between it. And
So I'm getting like compressed.
yeah,
then.
it feels a little unnatural.
Oh my! I don't like this pickle I'm in here, so I'll crawl out.
Perfect.
It's like around.
And as you complete that crawl, this man will step forward and run his other hand across the hand which had been bled, sealing the wound, and as he does so, sealing the way.
Ooh, fancy.
Oh, just so you know, Mister, the palm is really like a horrible place to cut yourself. There's a lot of tendons there, and actually not as many vessels as you might think. The back of your hand would be much safer. You have a lot, or even your forearm. So in the future, just as a healer, I might recommend cutting in a slightly different spot.
Halfway through this, Lucy just like interrupts Lars. It's like, shh, honey, you're beautiful, but you talk too much.
The man will say, "You know little of blood magic, Paladin." Also, please appreciate
that's true.
the cattail present on John's video. Alrighty. So, you now have entered a space of stone. Still the color of the desert, is it? But also do you see large windows of glass that sit above the bookshelves on this side of the chamber. The glass of a subtle red allows light to peek through, and from what you can see from this angle, you can see the sky above. Having arrived here, Avar now says, "Welcome to the Exaris Sanctum. Here have we made a home for ourselves after our banishment. Here have we discovered a new way of life and a new purpose. I would like to begin by introducing you to our matron. Follow me, please." As he begins to move through the space, you can see several individuals perusing bookshelves, of which you will find many, as well as stairs leading to upper and lower levels, presumably where quarters and additional facilities exist. Of the individuals here, you can see one woman here perusing the shelves, and one man here. The man, I would note, seems to be an elf that is grumbling quite extravagantly, and has far more tattered and unkempt clothing than most of the individuals that you see here. Following Avar now down this hallway, you'll make your way to here.
Gail's gonna start testing the new faces and voices that he's seeing, and is going to grunt down the hallway.
Yeah, and in particular, Lucy picking up on this is just gonna practice the elf specifically.
Okay. We'll get back to that.
Oh boy.
Probably not today, though. So, entering this chamber in front of you, Avar steps to the side and says, "Come in." There's a woman in a red cloak which sits at a desk, looks up towards you all as you arrive, nods in your direction and stands, says, "I believe that Avar has welcomed you already. I am Lydia Jacksonair. I have a proposition for you, if you would listen." You have come to these Badlands. You have been ejected from your society. Join our order. Many things may come well to you. The Exaris have been reforged. We now seek the grace of all humankind. We seek the destruction of the Vergid Empire in well time. Your path to join us will not be an easy one, but it will be well rewarded. As a show of courtesy, I might offer to answer questions you have of the arcane, of this land, of that which you Do not know. What say you?
I'm gonna look at Lucy and Gael to kind of see, well, if they're giving me any signals, not just to state exactly why we're here.
Kyle's like, destruction. Just kidding. I mean, kind of. In his
Because-
head, he's like, destruction.
Because they know me. They know I'm just gonna be like, oh well, see, there's this rebellion.
Right. Well, actually, funny you should mention that. Lucy would probably give Gael and then Lars a look. Just kind of like quick confirmation, just like, all right, we're doing this. And would step up. And
I mean, like,
what?
my only input is like they just assume us to join without knowing anything about their values, or I mean, we've just learned a little bit about their values, but like we haven't really experienced their values, so it's very much just like we are selling you an idea. Now join
Right.
us. And would you like to give us your blood now or in like 5 minutes? Like to me it's like I'm sorry, but like we should hang out here for like a while before we make this decision, because
Right.
first of all, you don't want someone that's just going to bail on you, and second of all, we'd be idiots to say yes off the bat.
Exactly. So just I mean, we did jump through the portal, and we're kind of in their lair, so it's kind of
I mean,
hard
you're not
not
saying
to say yes.
You're not gonna say no. You should just say like,
Yeah.
we just got here. We should probably like learn about you to be able to like make this as a decision. That's the way I would approach it.
That's okay. Yeah.
Like you don't want blind like faith, because blind faith is fickle.
Exactly. So yeah, so Lucy would step up and then say, this sounds like a really good offer, I must say. I mean, from what I was told, nice soft bed and access to arcane knowledge sounds like quite the treat for anyone of arcane value. Now, with that being said, you wish for the destruction of the Verdant Empire. Is that a long-term goal? Something far off into the future? Something a bit more short-term? Like what? If we were to say yes now, what should we expect?
I must
Essentially.
immediately disappoint and say that quarters will not be afforded to you immediately. For that, you must prove yourself
Gives
to
a look
us.
at
The destruction of the Virgin Empire has been a cornerstone of our ideology since our exile from Cadlia 350 some years ago. It is a goal which has always driven us forward, but we have no rush to accomplish. I must also clarify something. We have no intent of replacing the Empire. We have seen what happened to our ancestors. My great-grandfather's society was built upon cruelty, tyranny, just as the Virgin Empire is. Such societies should not exist.
Anarchy.
So, what you're saying is you just want to destroy the Empire. Hard stop. Like that's it. That is the end goal.
Indeed.
And then what? Just ready?
Then the strong will survive.
Hmm.
Usually if you don't replace a system of power with another system of power, a system of power that you don't control will put itself on. It's just FYI. It's just how
And
human
what is to say
nature works.
that we will not ensure failure of a replacing power?
It sounds like you're putting a system of power that is yourself, but you're not being pretty forward-coming about it. By the way, what happened to the sister? Did we ever know about that? Can we check on that? Do you guys
Wait,
know what I'm
what?
talking about?
Oh,
We
from
went
the
back on
past?
time. There was a sister. The sister was taken. She told us that she'd tell us information about things. I don't know. I was just having a little moment in my head, and I wondered what happened there because it's like the one plot point that we don't really know.
Are you asking about ancient history?
I guess.
By a sister, could you be referring to Gillian Gulliver, the sister of the Emperor?
Yes, I am bad with names.
She traded allegiances several times before fall of the regime, ultimately, I believe, siding with her brother. Though, the last tale that is told of her does include her fleeing him.
Interesting. Okay, so if we were to say yes, you said accommodations cannot be provided immediately. Gives another glare at the guy, and then says like, well, what? So if we say yes, then what? What happens? Is there a trial? Is there some type of test? Are you going to have us do things?
You begin a journey. The journey always starts here, and it always ends in the Temple of the Chained God. Should you survive it, you will join us. There are several initiates who stay here for now. We have a common space where bedrolls are provided, but not the well accommodations that members provide. You also must prove your service to us. I'm curious if you have any ideas on how to do.
Prove our services to you, as in prove our arcane worth? Is that what you mean?
This can take many forms. We ask that initiates define how they might do so.
Oh, a pledge, a contract. Okay, I see.
I'm sorry, I don't know where my pledge is, so.
Well, don't
Contracts.
worry about it. That'll be after.
And she gestures past you, Lucy, and points towards you, Gael, and says, "You would know many things about contracts, I imagine."
Fortunately, I'm not usually involved in them.
A man of your heritage should know many things about contracts. Perhaps
I'm just kidding.
that is something we could offer you.
Ooh, contractual knowledge. That's fun. Or knowing about my family.
I know not of your descent, she says.
Ooh, actually, that is pretty valuable information. Cool.
Cool.
Alrighty. So, she's laid out her offer. She will continue and then say, "If you all wish to take space, feel free to do so. I will be right here."
Yeah, I think the posse needs a powwow.
All right, posse. Find some private space then.
Okay. Lucy, complete tangent, but I just thought we could both turn into Lars at some point, and that would be a very fun battle.
Battle.
Like going into battle with all three of us looking like Lars, but all of us do different things, and we can huddle up and run around. I think it'd be great. Just FYI. In terms of adding, just a little bit of interest in the situation. Are we the one that knows how to hit with a thing, or are we gonna be the one that
Yeah.
does illusions, or the one that like blasts you with a spell. Like,
Falls
it's kind
over
of
like
fun.
a noodle?
I think that's
Right.
Alright, Tavis, you've been quiet.
anyhow.
I want to hear your take first.
Yeah.
Well, so are we just? I was like looking around. Are we leaving the room, or are we?
That's up
I
to
guess we
you
can leave the
guys.
room. Doop, doop, doop,
Oh,
doop.
Where's a
do we?
where's a private
Is
space?
there a room that we can go to? Just
She'll
just for
say,
some.
the main hall should be fine, or you can visit our library. That should be a quiet space. Just mirror the hallway that took you here.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Mirror the hallway. What fancy vocabulary.
Mirror, mirror in the hallway. There's just a bunch of people here.
As
There's just this many people in this room,
And
and
as
a
you-
dead one.
As you enter this space, these two women sort of see you enter and grab several books and then nod to you as they depart.
Ooh, hi.
Yeah,
Easily
so
distracted.
you see a undead creature within this space. It says here. This skeleton seems to give off a soft purplish energy. And
I like purple.
Lars, as you look towards it, you feel an immense sympathy invoked within you. And it takes you a moment to recognize, but one of the things that may be drawing this is the fact that this skeleton's stature seems similar to your own.
Can I pet it?
You can
I'm
certainly
going-
try.
I'm gonna cast Divine Sense first.
So it is definitely undead.
Okay. But it seems giant-esque in its stature.
Yeah, so as you reach your hand out to pet it, this skeleton grabs at your hand, Gael, and tries to crush your finger.
Cute.
Um,
Should probably do something about that, I guess.
yeah, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy.
Is that just a dexterity roll?
There's a
Oh, yeah,
saving
wait,
throw. There you go.
wait,
And Lars, why don't you make an insight and a religion check, and we'll take the higher of the two rolls.
Okay.
Let's see this. Yeah, we're taking the insight. Okay, cool. Gael, you
I know
take,
jack shit about
you take
religion.
6 points of bludgeoning damage as the skeleton squeezes your finger.
Oh boy.
Ow.
Oh, and I'm not healing that, so
Yeah.
As I said, quick magic.
you could maybe get me to heal it if you did a pull my finger joke, but
I love it.
just like
Lars,
crushed and mangled finger.
you sense something restrained about this creature. There is a hostility that is not innate to it.
Hmm.
And it calls to you.
Like mentally, so if I like reach out to it, do it, or
Not mentally. You feel it. It's more on an emotional level.
I'm gonna go and try to poke it now.
Okay. Okay. Well, it's gonna try and grab you too. Okay. It's going.
Well, I try to
Yeah.
I try to grab it back.
Roll athletics. Okay. It's gonna be.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh.
No. You try and grab it, and it grabs the side of your hand and just kind of digs in with a supernatural strength, and you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh. Ouch.
I just heal myself and
Don't play with your undead, Lars.
oh well
Lucy's just gonna be like, Fellows, can we like focus here? Have the talk that we wanted to have.
Oh yeah.
A woman enters
Yeah,
the room
so-
and
Excuse me.
looks towards you and says, "What are you doing?"
We are having a private conversation. Thank you very much.
Looked like you were messing with the test subject. Watch your hands. He grabs a book and leaves.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay, so
I wonder if
to
they're
me,
trying to reanimate a massive army and then they're going to march on the Empire.
well, given what you just found out, if they're forcing like some sort of like aggressiveness onto like undead things, that seems messed up. As
Well,
long
we
as
can-
we don't have to like swear some sort of like intense allegiance that is like contractual and like binding, I say we feel it out. That little challenge sounds fun.
Well,
Yeah.
so the challenge is fine. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to offer them other than a more... And the only thing I could offer them potentially is to be a liaison, an intermediary between the other people to help them take down the gate to create a slightly more porous northern border.
Honestly, I say we lead with that, all three of us, because like I don't know, I don't want to give them anything else.
Yeah, and we need to make sure that we word it in a way that is specific enough so that they're satisfied, but ambiguous enough so that we can say, well, that's technically not what I meant. Right?
Play the old wiggle room game.
Exactly, the little wiggle room game. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, you all know that is not what I'm skilled at. So,
Oh. I'm
But
Lars, honey, leave it to me.
also just forget most of this conversation. I feel like it just like will like clash with your morality. Just assume that everything is we're like totally online with them. Everything is great.
Yeah.
Side note. The hooded people back in back, are they aligned with them in some way?
Wait, what? Hooded people?
Red hoods
Oh, the
trying to
cultists?
murder people. The cultists, yes.
I don't think they're aligned with the cultists.
well, they did have red. That's a good point.
What? Lars, a lot of
I
people
I
wear
think
red.
Gael's
I
onto
wear
something
red
there.
on occasion.
He's a real investigator right here.
Oh my god.
Finally learning something.
Red
It's all
equals
about
bad.
the patterns.
Oh boy.
No, but really, in all honesty, weren't they like also kind of like against and like trying to rise the like former stuff? Plots.
Well,
my mind.
just because they kind of had like the same end goal of destroying the Virgin Empire doesn't mean
I'm
they.
just wondering if that's valuable information we can offer.
We destroyed the cult, though.
Completely?
I think. Yes, it was only them.
Destroyed 2 cults.
Yeah, we destroyed 2 cults, Kyle.
Wow. We had a very productive time.
Yes. We were there. We were only working for like what? A little bit less than a month or a month around that.
Oh, damn, we were great at our jobs. That we weren't jobbed for. But that's okay.
In conclusion,
Can
Yeah.
we?
where do you stand now on returning and what you have to offer? Or how you choose to take this forward?
Lucy's willing to go through the trial, and when it comes to the pledge, the oath, the contract, whatever, Lucy is going to word it in such a way so that it might sound as though they're pledging towards this group, but they're actually pledging towards the rebellion.
Okay. And Lars, you seem to have thought of, or explicitly suggesting alignment with this rebellion.
Yeah, but I'll let my friend Lucy do the talking first, and then we'll just see where the conversation goes from there. I'm just gonna wing it otherwise, and we all know how well that goes.
We're a package. We're like eggs. You can't buy a single egg. You gotta buy a dozen. We come in threes.
In that case,
Well, 3 eggs is actually just as hard to package as one.
return at your leisure
Yeah, I know.
to the
Okay.
office room.
Yeah. Let's go.
I'll work on the metaphor.
I'll keep on walking.
Is this the person that was that came in earlier?
Yeah. Or maybe?
The
I don't know.
woman that you're looking at down here. Yes.
As I pass by, I'm like, so rude.
She gives you a look like, "You, buddy."
I already made a friend, guys.
All right.
I'm so glad.
As you enter, the two individuals within look towards you expectantly. What will you say?
So, where's the starting line for this journey?
The woman will say, "What have you to offer?"
Oh, I thought the offer was after the journey, but okay. Well, oh crap! I thought I had time to think about it.
Want to lean on Lars then?
No. Sorry, Lars. No. Lucy will say, well, I think we are all willing to say that we can offer the best of our services in organizing and conducting and eventually succeeding in this rebellion against the Virgin Empire.
Good, she will say. In that case, I see fit that you return to them, work with their new leader, as I've been informed of, to gather support for their efforts, and you may inform him that should he wish to join you, once you have gathered that support, she gestures to the man next to her, Var will be overseeing your efforts. And once you have gathered all support you can, your leader may join you all in your trial in the Temple of the Chained God. Within will be an item of interest to this Moorbrook. It will be consequential in the success of your efforts. Should you succeed in all tasks, we as an organization may even back the rebellion's efforts.
Our leader is like a very strong term, but okay, I take the general gist of the conversation.
She nods.
Also, Avar, do you have like a nickname? Because we have a friend whose name is Arav, and it's really confusing.
Avi.
He chuckles and says, Call me the Watcher.
Okay, watch. Got it.
TikTok. Sorry.
To do that, it's pretty good. So, She will say, have you any desire to take advantage of our libraries before you leave, or shall watch? She gives a side smirk.
I like a reading session.
Take you back.
I love it. I mean, if we have time to rest a little bit, I've been out in the sun for a while now, and I'd like to just kind of get comfortable for a little bit before having to go back out there. Just start a rebellion, all that stuff.
Apply moisturizer.
Right.
We will see to that for you. All right. In that case, you can all take the benefits if you need them of a long rest. I believe that will be capping off your health, Gael. Any spell slots that you used in that next that past trial.
Right.
I'm going to warp you guys over to here.
Swoop.
Swoop. And Avar, the Watcher, will be within the main chamber whenever you're ready to leave. And for questions that you may have had of the library, Lydia Jacksonaire will await in the room where you conversed before with the undead.
Got it.
Is that my bestie?
Yes.
Great.
Excellent.
Having rested now, do y'all want to make a quick visit there before getting back to your path?
Yeah, Gael's definitely like, I'm gonna read contract stuff. That seems important to me, and I honestly don't know how much I should know or I know, so I'm just going to do a nice little double check.
Perfect.
And is there any like, I understand there's no like, news, like New York Times of here, but like, is there any way to like find out what's going on in the world or the underworld or the other worlds just generally? No? Okay. Cool.
Unless Victor wants to try and establish a connection. Because he has a contact.
We don't know that.
No, you don't. So,
yeah.
There are points of interest then for each of you. If Victor, Lucy did want to establish that contact and use this time to gain some information, there's that. Gael, you have the opportunity to open up a big old book called On the Contracts of the Hells, an abridged guide. And I'll shoot you right over to here to look at that.
It's like 2,000 pages, an abridged guide.
Yes, it is. And Lars, you may be interested in asking about this undead. Who will begin?
Yes, I would. Lars can go ahead and begin and walk up and say, when I first walked in here, I felt a little bit drawn to this guy here. Seems that we might share some heritage. What's your plan with this soul being kept against its will?
I believe you assume much, Paladin.
Oh yeah, that's you know what they say.
Indeed. It is, yes, kept against its will here. But it has shown us only violence. We found this creature in this state, in the sands, reanimated by a necromantic energy unknown to us. We have attempted to relate it to existent deities and schools of necromantic power, and been unable to. So we've kept it here for study. It has been of common interest to our mages. What interest is it to you?
Well, I don't know. I feel a connection with it. still tries to crush my finger though when I try to poke it. But
So cute.
What kind of connection? Do tell.
oh, I just I feel drawn. I feel drawn to it. I feel the anger that's chained to its soul, kind of unnaturally. It's not. I think normally this thing would be quite peaceful, but there seems to be some sort of unnatural chaining of anger to this guy with some what probably once were quite luscious locks.
Curious. None of us have been able to detect such a thing. And such an imprisoned thing would be unable to be. All right. Do you have a holy weapon at ready?
Oh yeah, I could get that going for you real quick.
Then why don't you do what paladins do best? She holds a hand up, gesturing towards the door to this cell, and smash this unholy monstrosity.
Slap it.
Okay. Well, that's what I kind of wanted to do, but I didn't want to get in trouble, on the first day. So,
So
So
she
I'll-
will flick a finger, and the door will open. You can ready an attack and roll it as
Okay.
this skeleton rushes directly
Wait.
towards you.
okay. Well, I'm good.
Wait.
John,
Gail's gonna grab Lucy by the hand. We're gonna get next to them and we're gonna go, Lars.
When you
Just,
try
yeah.
to
Just supportive.
yeah, when you try to do that with Lucy just seems super distracted in the moment.
Okay. I'm like, whatever. Lars. I'm trying to
Okay.
get you to be a good teammate.
Okay. I'm gonna have my ore. I will channel divinity, and it will begin to glow brightly. And I'm gonna have just add one to whatever I rolled to hit here because I am now using my charisma. I don't have that set up.
it's fine. Alrighty.
13.
Rolling, you collide your weapon with a blast of holy light with this skeletal creature that collapses to the ground. As it does, a spirit floats from within it, now free, the purple energy fading away. A spirit
Oh, I've seen you before.
much alike, though not identical, to the one whom you encountered before. This spirit, now meeting your eyes with its own, flowing towards you. Are you going to allow it to continue?
I'll go ahead. Yeah,
As
I'm a little hesitant, but
this creature flows into you,
Ooh,
you
don't like that.
can hear a voice fill your ears. You can feel sheen of soft, silvery essence encase your armor. And this voice says, "Am I free?"
From your little skeleton, yeah, you're with me now though. So define free, because apparently you're with me.
Also, define consent.
You are like me, the voice says within your mind. We are of the same blood. Your ancestors died upon these sands. Your
Oh, these sands?
ancestors.
I thought we were from south of here, but cool, interesting. Continue.
We are. We failed on our journey to the end. Life after death. Our ship crashed in the sands. You.
Yeah. So how did you crash in this? I'm a little confused with that part.
I do not know. We were sailing through the ephemeral gap between worlds, and then we found ourselves lost. Our bodies scattered to the sand. Mine, abused as you can see. But you have the steering oar. You rise the ship. Make it sail again. You must help us. You must find lost souls of your ancestors that are scattered throughout this land, so that we might complete our journey to the afterlife.
Oh wow, that's a lot of pressure there.
Lars, you just got a major
See if I can
quest.
Yeah.
can do that. I'll try my best for sure.
Thank you.
I'm busy that week.
Spirit will say, I will depart while we are upon the boat, so that I might aid in crewing it. But when you leave, we'll continue with you and enhance your prowess. So, while this spirit is within you, you have a +1 to armor class and a +1 magic damage bonus, that being a +1 to your weapon, attack, and damage rolls.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Session never looked so good.
All right. The the matron of the Exaris looks very curiously at what just occurred and says, well,
So yeah, did they hear any of that?
no one heard any of that. But the woman will
Okay.
say, are you yourself, Paladin?
Oh yeah. No, that was we're like relatives, kinda.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's so apparently they were going to the afterlife, the world and such, and on their ship, and then they fell out of they crashed into the desert, and there's a whole crew of these guys here who got trapped unwittingly in this world. So there's probably a fairly decent army of these guys somewhere, and I might need.
Shall I offer a crematorial burial to the bones of your ancestor?
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
She flicks her wrist and flame engulfs the skeleton, causing it to burn away. Alrighty. In that case, shall we go to your investigations, Gael, of the tome?
Sure. I mean, if I was concentrated for long enough to learn anything. God, I was distracted there.
Yes. Lucy still may have some work to do. So in this time, you are nonetheless able to take insight into contracts. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check and a history check, and we'll take the higher of the two.
God. Okay. Trying to see if there's anything else that I can like convince you to let me push because I'm so bad at these. Yep.
Roll each of those again. As you are struggling, this woman will come over and look over your shoulder and say, I think you're skimming past an important bit there. Sometimes that's how it goes.
I am quite not the book type.
She'll take the book from you and say, what are you even looking for in this?
They're silent.
I want to know how contracts are set up. I want to know if novel contracts essentially break old contracts. I want to know if there's a way for me to change my contracts or break out of my contracts. And it'd be pretty cool to set up contracts myself.
All right. I'll look into that for you. Why don't I? And when next our paths cross, I'll give you some answers that you seem to have been unable to do in this quick time. I'm Sally,
Thanks,
by the way.
Bestie. Sally, we're gonna be good friends.
She will.
I appreciate your help.
Nod with a bit of a half like expression of genuine happiness and half kind of eye roll, like what an idiot. Mixed reception, to say the least. Now, Lucy, are you going to take this opportunity to attempt to make contact with the individual whom you encountered recently? The devil, known as Serenostes.
Yes, I am.
Go ahead and roll for me an Arcana check at advantage to attempt to pierce the veil, the hells.
No.
You concentrate for some time, focusing your essence on that planar boundary, trying to force a connection with your minion, and are unsuccessful, unfortunately.
Yeah, I've been. This is kind of like a first time for me. I've never really tried to do this before. I've honestly actively tried to avoid it. So, yeah, this makes sense.
All right.
Maybe I just gotta, shake the rust off eventually.
In that case, I believe your business here is concluded. There are several failed attempts here, which may be returned to in the future. But as of now, if you are ready, you can start.
Let's go.
As you're leaving, Lydia says, "Walk well and be strong."
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
For the ominous warning.
As you make your way back into the central chamber, Var, the Watcher, gestures towards the elven man whom you'd noticed before and says, "Nita, you will be joining these individuals in some soon time as you are finished with that project of yours. Care you to introduce yourself?" And the elf says, "Oh, no, not right now. I'm in the middle of something. Sorry," and rushes off. Well then, are you ready to depart? To you all.
Sure.
That was
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
And he will repeat.
I will point out Lucy never got her moisturizer.
He will repeat the ritual, allowing you to exit the same way in which you came. And we are going to
Oh
go.
my god, the palm cut just kills me every time.
We're going to go to our break. See you all in 10 minutes.
All right.
And we are back, everyone. Let us continue. You have now returned on the next day after a rest in a enclosed environment to the Exile commune. Here, you find yourselves on its edge, returning to, as you wish, inform those here of what you learned, what transpired within the Exaris Sanctum, and to set your course forwards. How would you like to do that?
Oh, well, I guess we gotta find our friend Rastin. We'll just start heading over there. And I'll wave to Arab and say, we met someone who had a very similar name, but we got him to change his name and give us a nickname so that we could keep yours.
He says, "Oh, funny. I wondered if we had the same parent."
Lars will then think to himself, I wonder if he's the same person.
As you are entering the space, some subtle things have changed. You can see the followers, the more sort of directly associated with Rastin Morbrook, more scouts, have taken up watch positions as opposed to the more brutish, mercenary-looking guys who were Vadek's sort of ready-to-go dudes. You can also notice that Hogley, the elf, as well as Morton, the old cleric, are working together to heal a woman who has some wounds from a beast attack outside of the camp. It seems as though some people are getting along just fine. John, are you all good there?
Yep, sorry, I was just eating, and I feel like sometimes that is rude.
If you can duck,
to do on camera.
if you can duck out of view of the camera instead of turning off, that'll keep the alignment set.
Perfect. Sorry.
No worries. Alrighty. So, returning to camp, approaching Rastin. What have you got to say for yourself, Lars?
Yeah, I'll say, we found our way, just like we talked about, to the remnant, and seems like we need to pass some tests first. But if they do, they seem to not unwilling to help.
That's good. That's very good. Did they speak any of what contributions they would be willing to make to our cause?
Support.
Support.
Also, a very important thing that he would get if he did the trial.
Oh?
Oh yeah, there was mention of there is a mysterious something or other that would be of interest to you.
Interesting. Call me
I think
curious.
vital importance to the success of your endeavors was the approximate wording.
Something of vital import. Willing to support. This is good. This is very good. Thank you all for acting as a voice for me in this circumstance. I would go if they would allow me within their walls. Well then, we must begin. We must make amends with those whom, as raiders, we abused in these deserts. There are several day journeys from here to several encampments where other factions in this desert make their home. Allow me to show you. He will extend a folded up map onto the sands, which looks something like this.
Oh.
Showing now these locations upon it.
Oh, okay. This is different. Okay, yeah.
Also, let's stretch this out so we can get full vision here. I'll just go up.
Oh, a Minotaur fort.
So he points to 3 particular locations after you have already visited the Exaris Sanctum. Points to the settlement of the Darpok tribe, the encampment of the Vaji clan, and, as you pointed out, Victor, the fort of the Sons of Baphomet. He will say, these groups have all been on unfriendly terms with us, partially to our own actions, and, well, some of them are hostile in certain of their own tendencies. We must unite them all, though. And if there is a great boon that the Exaris can offer us, that will come into our hands as well. I believe we should begin with the Darpok. They have been the least hostile and perhaps the most aggrieved by our actions. Therefore, if you are all ready, I would ask you to join me as we march to them. Attempt to convince them to join our cause. What say you all?
Wait, aren't we supposed to be doing our trial?
This is the trial.
Oh,
No, this is not. Is this a trial?
This is the trial.
Oh, okay.
I must have misunderstood.
What the Exaris expressed, what Lydia expressed, was that your path begins at their sanctum, and it ends at the temple, but what is in between is of your proposition. You have proposed that your value to their cause is in aiding the unity of this rebellion, and so that's what you're going to do, after which you'll be sent to the temple.
Gotcha.
By the Watcher. All right.
Misunderstood the order of operations there.
Oh, good. Lots of moving pieces.
Yeah.
Now, I will note, Lars, you still have your passenger. And so as there is discussion of a multi-day walk, your passenger will say within your mind, why walk when we can sail?
Magic boat, magic boat.
Oh,
Magic boat, magic boat.
So we could walk, but I think well, one of the things I found in the temple was maybe something that could help us get there a little faster and easier. Do you want to give it a shot?
By all means.
I know it's not Thor Thorson, even though he's a great steed. I'll go ahead.
Boatswain.
Well, that's not a bad name. Gonna walk over to the boat and
Sailson.
while I'm on the boat, you can call me Steerson.
Oh boy.
Alter ego. Steerson.
As you make your way to this boat, its mast broken at its top, its base embedded in the sand, the spectral individual departs your body, Lars.
Can other people see him?
They can.
Okay.
They also now can see another individual upon the ridge that leaps from it through the air, and as he does so, a spectral mast emerges and stretches out into a large spiritual sail that this man grabs the crow's nest atop. This spirit next to you will speak in a voice which only you can hear. It says, "Attach the oar."
So I'll go ahead and take my big club and put it into the little jig.
All right. As you do so, the oar connects and lengthens as a spectral expression as the ship which you are on now begins to make way. The desert winds flowing into this spiritual sail and catching it. The spirit will say to you, Lars, "You may now sail us anywhere upon these sands. This boat will not survive the water, but we can take us where we need to go.
Well, we'll go southeast then.
Rastin will look to his friend, the elven woman Asha, and say, "Watch well this place. I must conclude this business." She'll say, "Go well, Rastin." He's gonna climb on board. Gael?
Yeah, I'll join.
Yeah, why not?
I don't trust things that go in the air when I can't fly yet, but whatever.
Oh, this thing is not going in the air. It is sailing across
going in
the
the sand?
sand like water.
Weird.
I think it's
And
pretty cool.
now,
Freak out some hunters with like a giant track. It's like, what is this?
this boat can move. With all of you upon it, I'm going to do a big turn here, realign everybody with the ship. Lars at our back here. Making way now. You can begin to sail forwards so as to make a great big turnaround and head southeast.
Lars, can you have a catchphrase when you're starting to go? Like, giddy up, or like, up, up, and away, or like, I don't know. Just think about it.
I will have to be
It's
something.
about the trademark.
Yeah. Do you have good lawyers for you? Oh, you do a lot of contracts, so I assume that you have some good lawyers that you know.
I mean, I have horrible lawyers. My contracts are horrible. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm working on my, what's it called, the GED or something.
As your vessel reaches its destination, cruises up after sailing across the sands, the winds whistling, you having to cover your faces so as to not get particles in your mouth. Sea spray is much worse when it's sand spray. Having arrived, however, at this place, you can see a small oasis with bits of plant life, as well as green-scaled lizard folk who observe your approach. These individuals pointing spears in your direction, giving off several clicking sounds as you approach, and some hi. As you have arrived, Rastin approaches them and holds his hand up and says, "We come in peace." Throws his scimitar to the ground. "Let us approach. We must wish to make peace with you." The folks look to one another, and then speak in the common tongue and say, "Fine, come within. Make what speeches you wish. Though, know that we are no longer in control here." Rastin looks confused, says, "Follow me." In addition, I would note, Lars, more equipment up for off if you want it. Vadek's great axe. You want a nicer weapon?
Yeah, I'll take a great axe.
Okay, just recalled that. So I'll go ahead and drop that in for you real quick.
Someone seems to have personally benefited a lot from the turn of events.
Yeah.
All right.
It's almost as if I was playing dumb the whole time.
Is that in Lars's voice? Because Gaio would be very impressed.
And I'm going to throw on a couple extra damage modifiers that you can flip on. Whoop, didn't mean to do that. Let me add that real quick for you. There for that. There's a damage mod. There is a attack mod for Lars. And let me just grab you a AC mod real fast.
I just manually changed it.
Oh, Well, there you go.
It's
You're all
where it
set.
should be.
Now,
Quick question.
go ahead.
This fence, is it made out of wood or?
It seems to be assembled, yes, from some kind of wooden debris. But having a look at it, the logs seem to be of varying ages. It looks as if it was compiled over a long period of time.
That's fine. That just lets me ask a question. See if I could acquire a nice stick.
As the conversation continues now between this blind lizard folk man and Rastin, you can overhear the man saying, "If trust you wish to achieve with us, then perhaps control you can give back to us of our own home." And then Rastin nods and says, "I may have associates perfectly talented in this kind of thing." He's going to return to your group. Particularly approaching you, Gael.
Ooh.
Rastin will say, "All right, here's the situation. The lizard folk are willing to forgive us for the impasse we have done in the past, particularly with my promise that things will change. But they cannot. Denizen, this is why I come to you, Gael. You perhaps may have experience with these things. Denizen of the Hells has entered this desert and chosen to take them on as vassals, and they have not the power to contest him. He is within their main structure. I care to give you all the opportunity to have a first encounter, should you wish."
Yeah, that's fun. Let's do it.
They say he is a large and powerful devil. I would be warning to you. And I will allow you all to take the lead.
We got this? We got this. Right?
Lucy just like looks over at Gael, just like,
What's this? Okay.
We're like, we got a cleric, so we're good. Let's go.
Cleric, yeah. Alright. He's gonna let you guys take the lead on approaching this structure at the back of the lizard folks encampment. If you would like to manage a meeting with this captor of sorts.
okay, let's do it.
Wait, do we just go straight in? Like, that's what we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Let's do it.
I mean, if you want to be more espionage-ish about it, you may. That choice is yours.
Nah.
There's a set of wooden doors before you.
Stop, Lars, right before you... Oh, damn it.
You hear a growling voice that says, "Open it!" And a lizard folk individual will open the doors from within, revealing a horned devil that sits upon a wooden throne crafted by these lizard folk. The throne is somewhat scorched, but you can sense that valuable materials were used to create it. Say, "Who comes to pardon with me? I am Laxarian of the first hell. Who are you mortals?"
I'm just gonna look to Lucy for this one.
Lucy's gonna look over at Gael. It's like,
about them?
yeah, like, is this a friend of yours?
Neither of you recognize the name offhand.
Okay.
There are many horned devils in the hells.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm assuming this is a low-ranking one, as you know, in terms of as far as devils go.
How do the hells rank?
The first layer is the most accessible.
Yeah.
Got it.
The least dangerous.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. Do we? Which one did I come from?
You would have been
We know?
working in the second layer of hell.
Cool,
That I can say for certain.
Okay. And then is our goal just to have a little battle or to just try and break a contract? I'm pro battling. Battling is fun.
Well, if we start battling, the lizard folk might be forced to fight us, right? So let's right. And we don't want to kill our future allies, I think.
Valid.
So I think. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, as a incubus, I am pretty impulsive, so I do need to be checked sometimes.
All right. So Lucy would step up and say, "Is like, greetings. Me and my associates here wish to pay homage to the leader of this tribe. We were not aware that you were the new manager. And, of course, my name is Lucy at your service."
Well, Lucy at my service. Thank you for paying homage. He turns in a moment. Aye! Says, don't cut me, just sharpen the nail, to the lizard folk who is giving him a pedicure. Sorry. Well, what do you want then? Come to see my nice little discovered home? My little kingdom?
Yes. Just out of curiosity, how did you come about to rule this lovely piece of land here?
Well, you know, with the closing of the lower hells, I've decided that it's time to explore new pastures in the mortar plane. And these, and he takes his large hand and places it atop the head of this lizard folk and holds it like a child's head, just kind of scrunches it. These seem like good enough little minions for me.
Out of curiosity, would I know anything about what he just said about the closing of the lower hells?
You do not. Gael does. Gael,
I do?
You are aware that sometime approximately about 20 years ago, maybe 19 to be more exact, the lowest levels of the Nine Hells began to close. Contact was lost with them, and travel to them, other than through direct means, was made unavailable. This process...
So lower levels meaning a higher number, right?
Correct. This process stopped, I believe, at the 6th hell.
Uh-huh.
So hells 6 through 9 were just completely closed off.
That's right.
Just like...
Okay. Interesting.
Okay. So then was like an exodus from there? Or was it just like...
There have been some who took it as a sign.
So they get away?
Yeah.
I guess. Okay.
It's just sort of like a trend. You know?
Trendy. I guess Kyle would be like, look, I'm really into what you've got going on right here personally, and I just would really like to like replicate this somewhere else. So if you could like, show me the ropes, that'd be pretty bomb.
It says, an apprentice. I could take on an apprentice. That'd be cute. What would be a good example of teaching? Perhaps hesitation of dominance? These other ones are not of fiendish blood. You have some power? Would you like to flex it on them? Make them kneel, perhaps?
Sure.
Uh,
I mean, like, gotta sell the situation. Also, maybe acquire a skill.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, how do I do that?
You tell me.
How would that be done?
He's just expecting you to pull stuff out of thin air. He's playing.
yeah. Yeah.
Wait, so do I remember correctly? I was trying to level up when we started this, and then I just gave up on it.
It's okay.
Do they are under contract? Is that what's happening?
No. This guy.
He's just here to be a dick.
Yeah.
Well, how does he have control over them?
Because he's way more powerful than all of them combined.
Yeah.
But he has, like...
Essentially, like, they're afraid of dying, so they're just gonna do what he says.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
This is classical might mix right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So... Unfortunately... I would have just told them to, like, exit the village for a minute, is what I would have done. They're not going to battle us. If they're, like, afraid, like, come on.
Yeah.
Well, you can always step out and ask them to leave. If you want to just square up with this guy, that's an option.
Ooh.
What you got?
I think it'd do me a lot better if you just left right now.
Ooh! All right. The devil's eyes bulge in shock. Says, "Why? Why would you demand such a thing like that of me? I am clearly twice your size and many times over more strong."
At this, Lucy will speak up, and because Lucy is turned away from the other two, Lucy's gonna flash their eyes to their true, the true eyes, and just say, "It's like, I think it is best if you do what he says."
All right, I'm gonna need a kind of check from you as well. You brute force in this situation. Persuasion or intimidation, your choice.
Okay.
Lars will narrow his eyes.
You can provide a +1 moral support.
Yes.
Okay, so persuasion or intimidation, you said.
That's correct.
All right, and that's a +1.
Yes.
All right.
You're
Not
welcome.
advantage. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're helping, Thomas.
All right, let's go with Oh, it doesn't matter. I'll go with persuasion. I like persuasion better.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that
20.
and with the +1, it'll be a dirty 20.
All right. This devil's gonna say, "I see there are greater beings than the eyes might discern here before me. Well, I have enjoyed my time with you, my little pets. Serve well your new masters." And he looks towards you, Lucy and Gael. "I will, abscond, search the desert for more servitors. Goodbye." And you can see he, stretches his wings and, makes motion towards a, opening in the back of the roof. He kind of crawls his way out very awkwardly before flapping his wings and flying away from here. At which point,
Lucy will turn around at Guile and just like, "Good job! I'm so proud of you."
Oh yeah, you should have seen the way
acting works out.
You should have seen the way I glared at him. Oh, that got him going.
this lizard folk is gonna look towards you with wide eyes, Lucy, stretch his arms out wide, and rush towards you. What are you going to do?
Like a hug?
Maybe.
Like
I 5 it in the face. Sorry.
wait. So the lizard folk puts their arms out like this?
Yeah, like this, and then
Okay, yeah. I'll do that. Yeah.
so he hugs you and says, "Thank you for being rid of him. Please tell us that you have not the same desires."
Do
If
it. No,
by
don't. Do
desire
it.
you mean if by desire you mean bodily desire at night, then yes. If not, then no.
This one will say, "Excuse him. Please, if you have the power to usurp this terrible fiend, then perhaps we should be asking you what you wish of us. But I think he's also speaking of the desire to have his nails sharpened every single day."
Oh God, no. No. I am under the impression that we kicked him out so that you can thus govern yourselves again. I think old blind lizard was ex-leader, your old leader.
Indeed, as this individual steps forward, the lizard folk will say, "You may be at rest. These people have come to unleash us, free us from this bondage. Thank you." And Rastin will turn and extend a hand, shaking his hand and say, "Kingal, thank you for accepting our apologies. I might pose you now an offer. Come, unite your tribe and bring them to our encampment in the center of the southern Badlands. We prepare to take the lush lands to the south by force, and would have your tribe with us, if you care to be." The old lizard folk, you can all tell, is clearly a bit uneasy about this request, but says, "I will take it under consideration." Rastin will say, "Then we will go well, and grant you all the space you need to rebuild." He gestures towards all of you to depart.
As we leave, Lucy will kind of hang back a little bit and like really quickly address the new leader, old new leader, the blind lizard folk, and says like, "Well, think about it. Instead of out here, scared for your lives, wondering when the next meal is going to be, you have fertile land, new home, lush greens, not, all this sand. Better weather.
He'll
Seems like a
nod.
good deal."
Indeed it does.
And then walk off.
All right. As you are climbing back aboard Lars' amazing sand ship, Rastin will say to you all, "Thank you, and well done. That could have been a lot worse than it was."
Oh, indeed.
Honestly, surprising outcome.
Hey,
Before this, we were quite incompetent at our jobs. So yeah, it's really surprised everyone here.
Yeah.
things went well.
Yeah, surprisingly, when the majority of checks are charisma based and not intelligent based, it's amazing what differences can happen.
Now, your course is directed north to the Orc encampment, the Vaji clan. Journey which could take as long as perhaps even a week if the conditions were bad. Takes little more than a day you were all able to take a rest, though I don't think any of you need it, on the vessel as you go. Arrive in the dawning hours at the Vaji clan's outer palisade.
Do we just go straight in with an intimidation check, guys?
Well, it depends. How hostile are they?
Just kidding.
All right. So, here you now arrive. As you depart, you're standing on the vessel. Several large, burly orcs, as tall as you are, almost, Lars, approach.
Almost. That's what I thought.
No. One of them says, "Who goes there? Why do you approach our encampment? It's such a contraption. Is this your new raiding strategy, humans?" Rastin will step forward and say, "No, we come to make amends, and even to ask for your clan's aid in our venture to secure greener pastures for all of the people of the Badlands." Sork will say, "Come, speak to the chief then." Rastin will gesture for you all to follow as he enters the orc camp. An orc with thick armor and a horned helm stands before you. He says, "Take a seat, guests. What brings you here?"
Cool.
Rastin will take a seat. Explain, "We come to ask your aid in retaking our homeland and forging a new one for your people." The orc will say, "Well, the Vaji clan has been looking for a new conflict to find a glory in battle. But are you all glorious warriors? I can't tell."
Well, I do consider myself quite the warrior, and while these twigs over here may not look it, they have some hidden talents.
All right. Then let's prove it. Come on a hunt with us.
Okay.
Yes?
Okay.
Yes, that's fun. What are we hunting?
Sure,
Wait, what are we hunting? Before we agree, what are we hunting?
We're hunting a green worm.
Do we know what
Did we kill
green
one of
worms
those
are?
Are those the ones we killed before?
No. And Rastin,
Okay.
Rastin will widen his eyes a bit and says, "Your clan is up to the challenge?" He says, "With you on our side? Yes, of course we are. Come on, then. There's no time to waste. We know where its lair resides. Come, the time for the fall of the Orc Eater has come."
Can I take an insight check on this guy?
Yeah. Well, feel free, as he's
What?
on the way out, and many of the orcs are cheering and rejoicing and following him.
Are we going with the whole village? I think we're gonna be fine.
It's a 13 on the inside.
He seems filled with bravado, quick to decision, and perhaps a bit reckless.
Of course. You know,
Tight.
it
We
reminds
got this.
me. It reminds me of someone else who enjoyed dual wielding axes. I wonder who that was. Anyways,
Rastin will say, as it seems you're following these orcs, "Well, let's hope that this goes well."
yeah, we'll figure it out.
As you approach a large cave,
Fun.
the orc chief will say, "I, Chief Zaruk of the Vaji clan, do declare that on this day the beast that has taken too many of our scouts and gatherers shall die. You great warriors who have had the audacity to suggest such a radical course for us
What?
will prove that this beast is but a little thing compared with the virgin wall which we might face. Compose our strategy of attack. I'm sure that you're more competent than us orcs who love to rush in head first to everything. And lead the way, why don't you? Rastin will look to the three of you, particularly you, Lars, and say, what are you thinking?
Oh yeah, we'll just go right on in. It'll be great.
Wait. Lucy immediately puts their hands up, just like, hold on. Hold on.
Grab the wall. Sorry.
Lars, honey, we can do better than that. We have skills among us where we could scout ahead and then think of a better plan, maybe?
Set traps or something. I mean, I'm down for that. I'm not very good at it. I mean,
Lars
I'm
is
sure I have
ready.
skills for it.
Lars is ready to make some attack rolls.
Yeah, but let's actually see like how many of them are there? Where are they? Are they asleep? Are they not?
Oh my god, okay. Jeez, like turn invisible already and just like go.
Yeah, turn invisible and just like, oh.
Is that
Wait, can I?
being sneaky, Gael?
Yeah. I mean, do I need to turn invisible? That seems like a wasted spell slot.
Could
TBH.
Instead of using my spell slot, I'm going to use my ability to turn invisible.
Go for it.
And go in while invisible.
Is
as you
Lars
enter,
coming with us? Because then I must spend some spells.
as you enter the cave, you can notice that the ground here is of a more reddish sand and seems smoothed. But as you make this corner, Lucy, you can see that the ground here is mixed more with sand and seems very torn up in a large radius.
What does torn up
I would say
mean?
roughly this much of the ground is
Got
just
it.
all looks like a small earthquake has happened within the lair.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's where the worm is.
So, yeah, I think the worm is underground, which I guess, being a worm, it makes sense. So, if this is its lair, it's probably waiting right here. So, I say, yeah, let Lars charge in, and when it pops up its head, we can confuse it. We can blast it with magic. I guess
It's pretty straightforward.
pretty straightforward this time.
Wait, where is it again?
I think it's
The radius? Can you mark it again? Jake Henry.
In this space. Oh, is that not showing?
yeah, there we go. We saw a red circle.
Okay, good.
I did that, I think. Sorry.
Oh no. I made a mistake. There we go. Sorry.
There you go.
There you are.
Okay, so it's very much the corner. I was just wondering if I could take the corner and then be like, you can go that way, and then I'll attack it from
Yeah,
behind.
no,
Okay,
it's
cool.
like that whole
Okay.
area.
Okay. Do you want to set something up? Like, am I setting up a web that it can catch itself on? Do we
I
have
think our
any other
best
spells?
option is to lie in wait. So how about message Large to rush in here and attack, and I will prepare a spell so that when it shows itself, I will try to hypnotize it, and you can prepare a spell for when it is hypnotized, or after I cast my spell, you can cast web on it so that Lars can beat it to a pulp.
Sounds like a plan.
Cool.
I await your message.
I'm just gonna like walk back to and be like, just
I'm gonna raise my axe over my head and look back to the orcs and say, "Oh yeah, I'm not much better than you guys in terms of tactics." And I'm just gonna charge forward.
Okay, well, and they are right behind you. And so as then you rush in, they follow that up with a great war cry. Hurrah!
Of course.
I want to be behind also. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
not the front.
I round the corner and then I don't see anything, and I'm gonna kind of like stop and be
Okay.
like,
Yeah, so you round the corner, and then you rush into the space, Lars. Stand, weapon at the ready, and then you feel a tremor beneath your feet. And you are thrown back as the earth rises, as the beast makes itself seen.
Should we like run out and bring it out so we have more space, or do we like the like the like
I
500
think
person like the what's it called the like Greek tunnel 500 against one situation?
I think it's fine. It's already in the corner, so
Yeah. Okay.
so when it rears its head, I go ahead and cast my spell.
Okay. Cast your spells and roll me initiative, please.
Yeah.
Is Web what we wanted to do? Web. Mm.
Lars go before me with a -1 and 2 initiative.
I kind of want to do this spell. I'm sorry, I'm going off book just because I haven't used it yet, and I really want to make it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the web because that's what you called, but next time, yeah.
Fine.
Lars, Lucy, and Gael, did you roll initiative?
No, I'm on it right now. Sorry, I just have to
Got
click
it.
my little icon-y first, just to make sure that I'm not doing things harder for you.
Oh, good.
There you go. Oh, wow.
Cool.
It's okay, I'll be last.
All right, web activates. What does it do?
Should be hypnotic pattern first.
Okay, hypnotic pattern purpose. What is the save on that?
DC 15 wisdom.
Success.
Yes.
So 19. All right.
"It's a very, very wise worm."
Okay. And
Very wise.
that is gonna be what kind of save on the web at the start of its turn, right?
Dexterity saving throw. Each creature that starts its turn in the webs or that enters them during its turn must make a dexterity saving throw.
All right, it succeeds.
Okay, great.
Not great, unfortunately. All right.
This is gonna hurt.
Cool. The worm is up. Lars, you're in front of it. It's going to attempt to bite you.
Ruh-roh.
Oh, ow! That misses.
Yes, I'm sure it does. Alright, Lars takes 18 piercing damage, and I need you to succeed on a dexterity saving throw. Or be swallowed.
Oh.
I think I'm going to just in case. Okay, I was just in case. All right.
I don't know how I did that. I have a -1 dexterity, but the paladin saving throws get crazy.
So, John, you still got your spell. Good try, though. That would have been very good if Tevis hadn't just rolled a baller 18 as he jumps
yep.
back from the bite of the creature, not affected by it. And you watch as the worm's tail now erupts from the ground beside it, with a sharpened stinger pointed directly towards the orc chieftain. Which is going to hit.
That you can silvery barb.
You want to silver barb that one, John?
Okay. Yes. Sorry.
Okay. So that is a reroll on the attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a higher roll. So we take the first one. Zaruk is going to make a con save. 22. He succeeds, taking only half of the poison damage. So he's going to take 21 and 22. Alrighty. That's the green worm's turn.
Oh, damn.
Lucy, you're
That's
up.
rough. All right, I feel like we should
Yes.
probably.
These guys literally just said, "There's a crate dragon. Let's go kill it."
Yeah, this is so stupid. All right. I feel like Lucy needs to make an impression here, and is going to make a show of he's pretending to cast a spell, but in actuality what they're doing is undoing some of the disguised self that they have, and exposes these demonic infernal wings, and at the same time produces a flaming blade.
Okay. Very cool.
If it would
so
let me
Lucy
do it. There we go.
exposes themselves.
Not completely. Just the wings.
No. I'm just poking fun at
Oh,
the literacy.
right.
Okay. Awesome. Flame blade. Okay.
Yeah, so produces a flame blade as my bonus action, and leaps into the air and attacks the head in the air, the head of the worm, with my flaming scimitar.
Do you want to show off the token, or should we save that?
Save that, because again, it's
Got
only
it.
the wings.
Got it. Okay. Make the attack.
It is... Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and roll the d20.
All good?
That's 11 plus... Sorry, I need to... You know what? I should have put it in my attacks.
Oh, good.
It should
take
be
care of it
a
for next time.
plus... I believe it's a +7.
That will hit.
So that'll be an 18.
That's a hit. Let's see damage.
Thank you.
3d6
So
fire.
3d6 fire. Ooh!
Very good. 17 points. All right. Chunk into this thing as
Yeah.
you go ahead and roll another d20, just crit fish because you had invisibility. Actually,
Oh, right.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I lost it. I
Okay,
lost it when
that's
I
fine.
had cast a hypnotic pattern.
All good. Alrighty. Larson.
Lars Larson, it's my turn. Okay. So we're gonna shake off that bite. It
What's
was nothing.
this
It was
Dungeons
nothing.
and Diplomacy nonsense? Let's get to the fighting.
Yeah. Okay. I narrow my eyes. I get a +1 in my mind, and I swing my great axe out at this guy.
Let's see it.
12. It's probably gonna miss.
That's not gonna do it unless. Let's see here real quick. Yeah. All right. We're gonna have as a reaction the once a day. Yeah. War cry from Zaruk that says "Strike hard, Paladin,"
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
and he gets to make a swing alongside you. So he gets to make a swing with his ability, and you don't, because you rolled a 1.
Okay, but I get an advantage on my next attack roll as well.
Yes,
then.
you do.
Correct. Okay.
Go for it.
Okay. Well, I'll try to make a better use of this one as I swing out.
That will
The
hit
16 hit.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
For
Well,
6
with
points.
that, we got a shitty ass rolls. Anyway, I'm gonna smite. Is it fiendish?
No,
Okay.
it is monstrous. 15
It's
points.
an extra 15 points
Bingo.
of smite damage, radiant.
Amazing.
Okay, well, that was my underwhelming turn. move on to the diplomats.
Gael, the diplomat, you're up.
Okay, question. You can cast one spell as an action and one cantrip as a bonus action?
No, cantrips are actions, unless they say otherwise.
I know. I can turn my cantrips or my spells into bonus actions. So as long as each
that's
one
right.
is
Yes.
in a separate category,
Yes.
I'm good, right?
You're good.
Okay, cool. Great. So then I will use 2 of my sorcery points to be able to quicken a spell. And so I am going to cast Fireball as a bonus action.
Very good. Okay. Fireball.
And then I am going to cast Firebolt, just to keep it in the topic. As the only thing is it's a 2D. I want to make sure it's 2d10. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So all of that.
Boom. And then the 11, you have advantage on that attack roll because of the War Chief's cry. The battle cry.
So what am I doing now?
Just roll
Sorry.
the attack again for Firebolt, because that was a miss.
Boop.
That's a hit. We'll take the first damage total for 8 points.
Yay.
Alrighty. Your allies are up. Zaruk is going to strike out with his great axe twice. Hitting. 24 points. The worm is bloodied. Rastin is going...
He's just showing off that he can hit at this point.
Rastin's going to move up into range and strike out with his scimitar. He has advantage as well. So that's the first attack. 7. And the second attack will hit for 9. Okay. So that is 7 to 9, which is 16. And sneak attack, because there's allies. More damage. And then these orcs are going to rush in. This guy is going to have to chuck something. Blood Ragers. Alright. Attack at advantage, as they are recklessly attacking. That's a... Or they don't need to, because of the War Chief. It's a normal attack. So this guy misses. And then this guy has one weapon. It's his great axe, and he's going to throw it. That did not work. Welcome to orcs. Our tactics are hit with weapon. All right.
Mm-hmm.
The warm is up. Okay, Lars, you survived the first attack. Will you survive the second
Will
one?
No.
This is the question.
24 to hit.
Yeah, I'll survive it.
Okay. 18 points. How about...
But will I survive getting swallowed?
Yeah, can you roll a dex save? 17 again.
Let me know if you need a silvery bards.
Yeah,
Barbs.
we'll see here. I'm gonna guess. Yes. Yeah, 5. I don't have advantage, so.
So... Use silver barbs to try and save it, and the second roll is an 11. Or a 10. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
It's all
Oh.
yoink. Lars is swallowed by the worm.
Oh, god damn it.
As he is swallowed, Lucy will yell, "Kill it from the inside!"
Yes!
Alright, and the green worm is going to fire out its tail stinger towards the chief again. Ooh. And the chief is going to try and save. Chief is a fucking champ and is not going to go down like a chump.
Oh yeah.
He is very, very hurt. Very, very bloodied. He's in the teens for hit points. I'll give you that. But he's alive. That's fantastic. That's the green worm's turn. Lucy, you're up. What you got?
All right. I have no bonus action stuff. I'm just kind of I'm here for a good time. So Flame Blade attack. Dirty 20 for 11 points of damage.
Very nice.
11 points of fire damage.
Good hit. Slash of flame against it. Let's see, can I even get a little...
Yeah.
Oh, that was...
That's cute.
Alrighty. That all?
That's all I got.
Lars,
all I'm
you
doing.
are within the beast. So...
I have disadvantage on all of my strikes.
You do, unfortunately. But I imagine you're going to try and chop nonetheless.
Yeah. Yeah, this round at least. So we'll see. 10's gonna miss.
14 is going
14
to miss.
is gonna miss.
So you fumble around with a great axe, unsuccessful in attacking the beast, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, Gael, you're up.
I'm basically going to repeat exactly what I did before. Bringing my sorcery points to 2. Why is it not changing it? Oh, is that the total? I don't understand why it's not. Oh, it's because got it, 2. So I'm going to use Fireball as my bonus action. Boop. And Firebolt as my action.
It fails. It takes 30 points, which means it needs to roll a con save.
No, it's only from the inside.
Oh, it's only from the inside?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, it still rolls super good. All right, it takes 30 points. And then takes 6 points from the blast of fire. Okay. The orc is up. Victory or death. He's going to attack. He crits.
Oh, yeah.
And Rastin's gonna swing in. Nada. This guy's gonna swing his axe. Recklessly. All right.
There we go.
As he lodges his axe in its side, from within Lars, you see an axe head shook right in front of your face and cut down, creating a hole in the side of the creature as it bellows in pain, from which you can now begin to crawl as the great worm is dead and we are out of combat.
Yeah.
I crawl out and just like wipe myself off and look at the orc and I'll go ahead and cast a few cure wounds on him.
As the creature dies, this orc in the back who threw his axe shouts, "I killed the beast! Ha ha ha!" And this guy's gonna say, "What do you mean? I killed it." "No, did you see? My axe hit its brain. It couldn't think clearly, and thus it died." "So what are you talking about?" Chief's just gonna shake his head and say, They get dumber the more they get hit on the head." Thanks. To you, Lars.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, while Lars is healing the chief, Lucy, now noticeably without wings or a sword, is prestidigitating Lars all of the worm inside gook off of him.
The gunk.
Oh, I appreciate it. I was gonna go in for a hug, but I guess I'll wait a little bit.
As this creature is now fully failing, you can perceive a spectral essence flowing from within it. Another spirit, Lars.
In its bones.
Indeed. Attempting to make its way to you. Will you allow it?
Yes, I'll reach out and poke it.
As it is absorbed into you, your crew now reaches 3. And your attack bonus is going to now be a +2, as well as your armor bonus.
Cool.
I feel like this is gonna lead up to something.
So you've recovered.
Yeah, me being overpowered.
All right. Chief will say, "We have killed it, and you, my friend," and he puts his hand on Rastin's muscled shoulder, says, "have earned our visit to your camp. We'll see what this whole rebellion thing's all about. It'll be good honor. Rastin will nod and say, "Thank you for your pledge. Appreciate it." Let's promise. The orcs now begin to leave, and the chief will say, "You are welcome to a feast once we have succeeded in carving this worm up as dinner." Rastin will say, "What do you all say? Shall we get moving, or shall we partake?"
Well, I think forging stronger bonds of allyship through food would be a great idea.
Okay. I would like you all, then, over the remainder of this day and evening, to roll me Constitution saving throws.
Because the food is horrible. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, if you're within 10 feet of me, you get a
+4?
yeah. So you get a +4.
Okay.
All right, dirty 20.
25. I can keep it down.
And I'm gonna take a lot of damage.
Yeah. So, Gael, you have a level of exhaustion in the morning, which means your skill checks are at disadvantage until you take another long rest. And Lars and Lucy, you gain 10 temporary hit points for the next day.
Oh.
From the meat goes down well.
So Lucy and I just wake up and we feel great.
Oh yeah, absolutely fantastic.
And Gael just spent the night on the shitter, just like nothing was solid. It was just flowing through.
Oh, let me roll for Rastin. Sorry,
so
Rastin and Gael.
Well, he also can get +4, so 18. Is 18 a fail?
It's not a fail.
Just
Poor Gael. Yeah, it's okay.
Was like
None of
a
this
damaged
human food.
workhorse over here, and I'm the one that is totally destroyed.
Okay. Alrighty. Are you on to the last of the 3 clans then?
Sounds good.
We got a long rest though, right?
Yes, you did.
Even though I am just in disadvantage.
Let's see what we can get done then. As you proceed from the orc camp to that of the Minotaur, their fort. Here you will arrive. The Fort of the Suns. Massive minotaurs stand before you.
El vomits upon exiting the train. The
train.
The train. That's the mental condition he's in. It's a horrible train ride.
Massive, burly men are these. Alike men and bulls combined, they stand towering over even Lars. Their great height. As you approach, Rastin will step forward and say, "Great sons of unholy Baphomet, we come to ask of an alliance, and so that your force might be channeled into a grand goal. Even you, I trust, care not to live in these deserts. We would offer you fertile ground within Cadlia, in the northern province of the Virgin Empire, which we will make our own. Aid us in the siege of the Virgin Wall, and you have my word, that land will be yours." The Minotaur, amongst the many, steps down now from the crags above, with a loud thud as its hooves make ground fall, and it approaches Rastin. He says to him, And why would you think that we would want to be anywhere than where we are right now? Rastin will say, I make no assumptions, merely an offer. Minotaur nods its head, says, an offer we may be inclined to accept. If a test may be passed. A cruel grin spreads across the red-eyed Minotaur's face. 3 of our young warriors are still but children in our eyes. In order to become true sons of our god, they must challenge worthy adversaries and consume them. If your champions are up for the test, they might enter Baphomet's labyrinth beneath. If your men prove victorious, you will have our favor. If you die... What's your question?
Are we being consumed? Because I don't think I'm very digestible right now.
Rustin will say, you say there are 3 of them. Would you count their scale as an advantage and allow us 4 to enter? Give him a persuasion roll here. You guys have anything you can add to it?
Fine.
I'm gonna hunch down and seem small.
He gets persuasion. He gets proficiency.
Okay. Up that then. Okay. The Minotaur will nod its head and say, sure. I am amenable to it. Rastin will say, fine then. And looks to all of you and says, are you willing to take on this challenge?
Sorry. Yes, but also before that, when Gael was casting the spell, he's just like hand up and just like vomiting. Blah.
The Minotaur says, then follow me. And begins to stomp his way towards a ruinous opening and stonework built into the desert.
Okay.
He says, go, young ones, as these 3 younger-looking Minotaur descend into this chasm. Says, the winding ways of Baphomet will obscure your entrance. You will find yourselves lost. Once you step beyond, either you, or whoever remain of you, emerge, or new sons of the Minotaur God will. Fate choose well. He steps back. Rastin looks to you all with wide eyes and says, anything to do before we jump?
No.
No spells, no nothing, you just jumping in?
Oh, I can do aid. That'll probably be good.
Don't forget to add...
Wait, no, just kidding. Just kidding. We have 10 hit points already.
Most of you do.
You can aid me! Just FYI.
I don't think it's worth a level 2 spell slot for one person. Okay, we're jumping in.
Okay. In you go then. Alrighty.
Yeah. Remember when we were offered beds?
Here you find yourselves within the labyrinth in different locations as your perspectives come to. Darkness swallowed you as you dived. And yet now, you find yourselves in these tunnels. We'll be moving in a sort of pseudo-initiative. Every time a round passes, you can take a full turn of movement, but you can do it simultaneously with one another. At least until enemies are encountered. So, let's get going.
Should have done the brain thing. Thinking thing. The thought change
Okay.
thing.
So if I turn my head and smell in both directions.
Yes.
Make a perception check.
Oh, the top way smells a lot nicer.
No,
so
they smell exactly the same.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So you
I
can
don't
all
know what to
take
do.
30 feet or 60 if you want to use your action to dash right now.
Okay.
I mean,
I
do
think
we
my-
know where we are in reference to each other? Because I can see them.
No,
Just
you don't.
FYI.
It's fine.
Okay.
Let me... It's interesting. Must have changed something. Oh, good.
Yeah.
No,
Didn't
go
want
ahead.
to ruin
Continue.
that surprise for you.
No,
I
it's
mean,
good.
I know where they are.
That's fine. They must
Okay.
have changed settings in the back end because you guys shouldn't see each other, but that's okay. Keep it going. How are you going to proceed?
Sure. Let's just run, man. And dash it. What's 45? So there. Okay.
Yeah, I've used my movement. I'm not
Okay.
gonna go dashing, but
I did dash.
And
Oh, can I cast? I can't dash because I can't cast the spell because I dashed. Sad. Okay, I'll do it on the next round.
Lucy, you've cast a spell, I see, and you're moving. Everyone can take another turn then.
I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts to see if I can detect anyone within 30 feet of me.
Uh, 30 feet of you. Nobody. Not right now. I'll tell you when somebody is within the range.
I can see that, by the way. I saw that.
Saw.
I saw you check the distance of something to my right.
Yeah.
we saw the Minotaur move. That's all.
Oh. You know they're in here somewhere.
Yeah, I'm just
That's
want
okay.
to be
That's
very,
okay.
very honest.
That's fine. All right. Guile, what you doing? You've used this as your action, or you
Yeah.
keep moving?
Yeah, I'm moving. That was my action, and then I moved.
And Lucy? Can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm not trying to call attention to myself. I'm just gonna stay invisible, sneak along, stay quiet.
Lars, what you doing?
Oh, I'm just waiting. I want to be able to attack if
Okay.
something comes along. So I don't wanna dash.
Okay. So at the end of your perceptive range, you can see an image moving in the shadows past the end of a hallway that you can see.
So kind of like moving like this.
Something like that.
Okay.
And that's that. Next round of movement. Where you going, Gael?
Okay, I still holding this concentration spell, so there's still I can't sense anything close to me. No, not yet. Okay, cool.
This is a pretty
Cool.
big chamber. Minotaur made.
Made for minotaurs. So do I then see this minotaur? Does it see me? Is it going in this direction, or is it going the opposite direction?
It is passing away from you.
Okay.
Fortunate.
I'm gonna try to be quiet then.
Roll stealth.
Don't move.
I have a disadvantage for that, but it's okay. 16. Not bad.
That will be a success.
Ah. Where are you going, Lucy?
Literally, where'd you
something
go?
happened where my token just.
I got you.
Thank you.
Alrighty. I know what happened. Alrighty. This Minotaur is going to move on. Did not detect you, Lars. Continuing down and around that bend. And then you hear some Rosh, harsh, rough gar. And then stomping coming in your direction once again. Alright. You guys are getting close to each other, I can see.
I am going to
it's coming
dash
to a
to
head.
the corner. Because I don't want to be seen. Right there.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey! You're literally in the middle of the path. Hide.
I am invisible right now.
Oh, whatever. Fine.
So I'm
Lars.
I'm probably going to move dash up this way.
Okay.
Lars abandons.
no.
And yeah, so I'm like I don't want to get stuck in front of the charging ones. I don't know you guys are there, so I'd probably just go back the way that I knew.
You can hear at the end of the hallway then the stomping of hooves. Lucy and Gael moving in your direction.
How many of them are there?
It sounds like more than 2 hooves.
Yeah.
You also can hear stomping coming from this direction.
Uh-oh.
From what direction?
From your left and right.
Yeah.
Ah, nice. So we're gonna just ready actions, I assume.
Yeah, what are you going to do? And what is Lars going to do?
I'm just gonna like poke. I guess I can't really see them now.
No.
If you poke around, you can see the silhouettes of them. They're right in this artery right now.
Okay. Yeah, so I just kind of wait until I watch them pass, and then probably begin to move out.
Oh. And you guys here?
Are we going for crowd control? I guess I should crowd control. I hate crowd controlling now. Not the fun part of being a sorcerer. I like to do other
here.
things, but fine.
Actually. What's the book here?
I will ready a web if. Wait, is it our turn or is it their turn?
It's your turn right now, and then they're gonna move.
Okay, I am going to ready a web. Wait, does that mean I consume it? Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you consume the spell slot, so.
Oh, I guess I'm just gonna charge in. Fine. I'm going to core. Stealthily. No, not at all stealthily.
Not at all.
We attempted to be stealthy, but we are a clunky. We're not feeling well today. That is true.
Yeah, you are even rolling with disadvantage at that. So,
yeah, and yeah, just a little gas. Some gas creeps out.
Yeah, no. So you just like
part.
catch your foot in a particularly large crack in the stonework and slip and slide your hands across the wall, pulling rubble loose that hits the ground. And from either direction, the two of you, and from the hallway beyond Lars, you hear and boom, boom, boom. Footsteps coming fast. Dale, you still have some movement in there, maybe? What are you gonna do?
I mean, I guess I'll just like move just a tad. Actually, no, I'm staying right where I am. I'm gonna look back into where I was and go like, well, that didn't work, and I'm gonna ready myself a web. Yeah, we're just gonna go for that move.
Okay.
Once they come into action, into range, which is 60 feet, and actually I can see 60 feet away because I have dark vision.
Oh, cool. You can see them coming right up in this direction. If you want to cast it before they come into melee range, maybe?
Yeah. Yep.
And then there's also this one coming around the corner here.
Cool. Well, I mean, I can only take care of one, but like, you know, I do have another spellcaster with me, so like, hopefully she'll do something, even though she's invisible, so she could just let me die. But yeah, so we're gonna make just a little square here. Yep, perfect, of spider stuff.
Okay, that is gonna be their roll for dex saves on the start of their turn. I will pre-roll them now, just to get that all resolved. Your save is 15, so the first one fails, the second one makes it. And with that, I would like to get us into our final initiative of the night. Please roll, everyone.
Great. Oh, I got a 15, sorry. I thought I selected it right.
Okay. All right. Lucy, you act first. What are you going to do?
I am going to cast not command. I'm going to cast suggestion on this Minotaur here.
Okay.
They need to make a DC 15 saving throw. DC 15 wisdom saving throw.
Fail.
Nice. What happens is that all of a sudden, Lucy starts speaking, and as Lucy starts speaking, the invisibility slowly kind of like shimmers away.
Okay.
And Lucy will say to this one, "Would you be a dear and kindly kill and devour your sacrifice here?"
Okay. Magically influence. Emulate itself. Other obviously harmful act. But I think that's to the self.
Exactly, to the self.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, suggestion is a great spell.
Concentration, right? Okay.
It is concentration.
So this child of Baphomet will roar with fury and heft its great axe towards its brother. Ah, cool. Good one. Good stuff.
Which one did you go for?
This one.
Sorry. Oh, cool.
Okay. Kale, you're up.
Are they like, did it move?
It's not its turn.
On its turn, is going to do its best to perform the suggestion I gave.
Got it. Okay, I have turned into a fireball like maniac now, so that is what I'm doing.
Are you gonna ignite the webs?
Of course.
Yeah.
Why would I not? There's a combo to be done here. I need to combo it.
Delicious. Okay.
So spells, fireball, submit.
Oh.
And then also the web is gonna also go on fire, which does how much damage? 2d4. 2d4.
That's such a sad fireball.
And I know. And also, while I'm at it, I'm going to add a firebolt because I turned the thing into a bonus action.
Using quickening spell.
Yeah.
Nice.
So then I'm also going to add a firebolt to the closest one, because then I assume that's the one the other one's going to attack. So hopefully,
Yes.
like it's like bloodied it out
It
pretty
is.
quickly.
Alrighty.
And also, I'm gonna start stepping back. Because, no.
Cool.
Just like a tad. Till my next turn. Like, I don't.
Lars, you are up, and through the influence of these spirits and the way we did initiative before, I'm going to give you a running start. You can take 30 extra feet of movement, get yourself in if that's what you are designing to do.
Yeah, so I'll hear the fights and come a charging, and then if I can, I'll swing out at this back guy. My great axe. Oh, not a disadvantage though. Once. 18.
Hits.
And then second one. 17.
Hits.
And smite. And are they fiends? I don't think so. They're monsters.
They are monstrosities, yes.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so
All
I'm
right.
just an 11
It
points.
is still standing, if barely. Alrighty. That's your turn?
I'll lay on hands at next round just so I can get the satisfaction of doing even more damage.
Okay. So this child of Offman is not webbed because the webs are burning, but they take the web damage, and this guy across the hall is going to charge with its horns down towards its ally, and it's going to gore it.
Oh!
And it also does, let's see here. What's this? This is an additional 2d8 piercing damage for doing the charge.
Yeah.
So it is going to impale this other child of Baphomet with its horns, as the horns enter into the chest and the neck, and blood spurts over its head, very close to you, Lucy, as it has slain the other. This one is going to turn around with a furious roar towards you, Lars, and it is going to swing out its great axe. 20 to hit.
That'll smack down.
Okie dokie. Rastin is here. He's gonna dash up to here. He actually can use a cunning action to make it the rest of the way to here, skidding out past you, Lucy, and is going to... Let's see. Yeah, he's gonna hold out his scimitar in a ready to action for when this Minotaur moves into attack range. Lucy, you're up. And he's gonna say to you, Lucy, I'm by your side.
Aw, thank you. As I go ahead and Eldritch Blast, cast out what level? Cantrip? A cantrip. Yeah, that's weird. Admit. So I'm gonna go ahead and attack the bloodied one.
Okay.
Because I don't want my my suggestion to go away just yet.
Okay.
So yeah, so I guess.
Probably need to step out for that to get line of sight, but yeah, you can do that.
Oh, okay, yeah, I could do that.
And
I'd go for
then
that.
go ahead and roll your 2 beams. 2 d20s. Looks like it's in there as a rust.
So it's going to be a 5 plus 7, so
Missed by 1.
missed by 1, and then
Hit.
there we go. For 1 1d10.
All right. See it? There we go.
Ooh.
The
10 points of damage.
For a moment, Lars, the eye socket of this creature appears to bulge towards you, and then it explodes out with, well, what kind of light embodies the Eldritch Blast of Lucy?
I would say it is a icy blue fire.
Woo! I like it. All right. So with a blast of light blue, this Minotaur is slain before you, Lars. Very good, Lucy. Anything else?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go ahead and come back over here.
And deprive Rastin
Over
of
here.
his
There we
sneak
go.
attack? Oh, cool. You humanoid annoying. I just thought it was funny if you did. All right,
Yeah,
Kyle, you're up.
I'm trying to. Oh well, I guess you guys moved a bit, so it's just like fireball has such a large, ginormous radius, and everyone's a little bit too close.
You have discovered the power,
Very hard.
the power of blasting.
I love blasting. Blasting's been fun. I want to blast more. 2d6. My cat's being needy. I am going to whatever. Upcast. I'm gonna go right here. Back to where I was. I'm going to upcast Chaos Bolt because at least I'm not hurting anyone there. To a level 3.
All right.
Submit. Okay.
That is
Higher
a
level
miss.
cast. Sad. But I will do also my little thing where I do like where I change a spell to a bonus action and
The cooking spell, yeah.
yeah, and I will do a firebolt.
Miss.
Which is
Would
also gonna
also
miss.
miss. That's
Great.
All right,
Such
Lars.
great use.
Time to climb the Minotaur Corpse Jungle Gym.
Yeah, so it's going to be like a, we're trying our best here, scrambling over these guys to make a few big swings.
Okay, let's see it.
First one, 16.
Hit.
Okay. Second one, oh yeah, for
Hit.
sure. Smite, smite. Shitty smite rolls.
Alrighty. This one
How's it
is
looking?
not looking good.
Okay, well, I tried my best.
Any more smite slots to roll?
Oh, can't you just... Does it not work like a normal spell? You can smite on every...
Every attack,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well then I have one more slot I could use.
if you like.
How about that?
2 points.
Oh,
If I hadn't rolled that one on my great
Yeah.
weapon fighting, that only deals with your melee weapon
Yeah.
guys. Yeah.
Alright.
That's
So
just-
with
yeah.
blasts of shimmering light, the child of Baphomet still stands, and obeying its command, nay, its suggestion, it reaches into the corpse of its fallen brother and takes a mouthful out, and then roars up in your direction, Lars, as it swings out its great axe towards you, and the great axe clangs against the stonework. As it does, with such force, stones fall from where it damaged it upon its head, causing it to be crushed beneath the rocks which it felled.
oh, that's so good.
And with that,
Oh my god.
you are out of combat. Your enemies are defeated, and you have completed this trial. Rastin's gonna call out and say, "You okay over there, Lars?"
Oh yeah, it's I only got hit once. It's hard to get out. So many Nasty ass.
The fire is still licking up around you. He says, "You have all done me an invaluable service. Your power, it's extraordinary. Whoever exiled you must have really had it out for you. Come, there is an opening in the ceiling in the chamber I just passed." To here he comes, where a simple light shines down. He calls up and says, "We are the victors! All 4 survive! Your children are dead." You hear a grunt from above as a rope is hefted down towards you. As he grasps hold of it, he says, "I hope that the nobility that is within these creatures by blood may overshadow the corruption that is of their god." And he begins to climb the rope. And with that, all the allies of the Badlands have been secured. You will now make return to the Exile commune. You will all take your benefits of a long rest, finding a fresh morning, banishment of exhaustion, as well as a meeting with the Watcher, whom, along with several others, will direct you towards a place to the north.
Temple of Jack. Cool.
To where your vessel will now depart. Sailing across the sands towards the temple, you go. The Watcher travels with you, along with the elf that you encountered before, as well as what seems to be another individual. Small entourage, including some of the men of the encampment. You will arrive here, the entryway to the temple. Rastin looks ahead and says, "All right, I suppose this is our trial now. Are you all ready?"
Oh, yeah.
Well, considering the trials of the last few days, how hard could this be?
John, are you still with us? I'm sure he will be back momentarily.
I'm feeling way better, so let's do it.
As you begin to step forward, you can see from within the darkness beyond the archway entering into this subterranean temple, the silhouette of a figure begins to emerge, cloaked in a tanned robe. An individual steps forward, lifts away their hood, revealing a familiar face.
This guy.
And it is here we'll conclude our session. I will see you all next month for our continuation.